not that I've envisioned that I'd be back with the Panthers, but yeah, I've always thought that there was something there that, and I could come back to the Panthers. I know that the team has been doing really well in the past year, made it to the finals. Came up short. So I wanted to be a part of that group for sure, and I knew that we could do some good things.
The right side, Doug.
Now, for each of you guys, I know they always say the fourth win in a playoff series is the toughest one to get, but you guys have a chance now to close this thing out at home. How excited are you to see the way that the building's going to be reacting when you guys get back home, and how excited are you for this opportunity coming up?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Like you guys have said, the team went through it last year, and to be able to go through it for the first time this year would be pretty special. And we've had some great turnouts throughout this playoff so far, and obviously these guys bring a boatload of fans too. That makes it interesting. And when they score goals, you can definitely hear them cheering and screaming as well. But just the energy in the building overall, whether it's for us or against us, we thrive off that. So we're excited to see next game.
For Cooley, just looking at this series, it seems like your periods are your best periods are the third periods. You guys have such good legs late in games. Why do you think that is? Is that just kind of how your game builds throughout a game? Is it conditioning? What do you kind of point to for that reason?
Yeah, I think, like you said, just conditioning and the kind of shape we're in. We build as the game goes on, and we also wear teams down with our pressure and with our style of play. And I think that comes into play in the second and third period. So I think, you're right. Yeah, it's obviously the shape that we're in and the style of play that we play.
Front row left.
Steven or Dmitry, just how you guys, they're going to obviously be desperate tomorrow facing elimination. How do you kind of match that desperation, just because obviously you have to try to close them out?
I think we've seen it a couple times already, that you can't just let your foot off the gas. Obviously, these are the hardest games to win, and especially at this point in the playoffs, nobody's, expecting an early summer. Everybody's going, as hard as they can, right to the final whistle, right to the final buzzer, and there's going to be no easy games, obviously, from here on out, and we knew that from the start of playoffs. So this is obviously a team that had a lot of success throughout the regular season, a team that knows how to win, and we're not expecting them to come in here and give a flat performance. We're expecting that they're going to throw everything they got at us and more. And like you said, we're just going to try and come out and match that. And like Cooley was just talking about, we're going to try and hopefully wear them down. And we obviously know that the style of play that we've been bringing is giving us success. And as long as we stick to that game plan and don't really stray away from that, then I think we'll be all right.
Right side, second row.
For either of you, we've spoken to a couple of your teammates over this run, and they've said how close of a group this is. And Paul said the same thing, where like every one of you guys likes each other. What makes you guys gel so well? And I mean, have you been on a team where guys click this well?
What? No, I think winning, obviously, it helps, but it starts at day one of training camp when I think when Mo sets the standard of how hard things are going to be. It's not always going to be the most fun, but when you see a group of guys buy in, it doesn't matter what your background is or where you come from, where you've played before. As long as you got that certain or that number of guys, whether it's 20, 25 guys or whatever we got, pulling on the same rope, eventually you all come together and you form bonds and friendships that last a lifetime. And the further we go and the deeper we go in this playoff run, the more time we spend together with each other, at the rink, away from the rink. Being in hotels like this, we're all cooped up and your families aren't here, but you got the boys in the lounge. You can go just play cards and stuff like that. It's little things like that go a long way. And like I said, those bonds develop not just on the ice and on the bench, but it's when you come back from the rink and you kind of break the game down and you talk to your buddies about it and laugh at the mistakes you made, and that's kind of what brings guys out of their shells and brings guys together.
We'll take two more questions, front left.
Cooley, Bill Guerin always says that the worst moment that he's had in Minnesota was calling you to tell you that you were traded, and just because of what you did in Minnesota and things like that, to bounce around the way you have the last couple of years, but play as well as you are right now in this playoff run, like just how gratifying is it to be in this position where maybe you were a couple of years ago?
It's really nice to be in the position to be in a good team like this and having a run at the Cup. That's all I can say. It feels good.
Last question, left side.
Steven, you mentioned the energy at home. I'm curious if you can sense when the building on the road gets a little quiet, like it did in the third after you scored. Is that something that you guys also feel on the bench and on the ice?
I'd be lying if I said no. That kind of deafening. You can feel the wind almost get taken out of their sails, and that's not. Obviously, this crowd in this city, it's incredible. Playing at MSG when the whole crowd lights up and the anthem's going on, it's special. It gives you chills, and you can either be intimidated by that or you can feed off that as well. Like I said, energy's energy, and it's a great rink to play in. So when they sustain some pressure and the building gets to life, it's cool to be a part of. If you try not to let it get to your head and just say, you know what, this is special. Enjoy the moment and just do your job. And eventually you get a break, and when that energy kind of dies and you just hear the guys on our bench jumping up and down and celebrating that goal, then that's it's a pretty cool feeling. It's one that's hard to describe, but it was pretty cool to be a part of yesterday. A late goal like that you could kind of feel that life come out of the building a little bit.